tires holding good. And he's more in the front. Alright, so what I'm doing today is I'm going to do 60 to 130 with the notch. Gonna get some air in the tires, put 20 in the back, 32-ish in the front. The goal with the car is going to be to get it in the 9's 60 to 130. The reason I want to get it in the 9's is because that's what the, Jesus Christ, that's what the white car ran and the red car. The red car ran 9.8 NA in good weather, auto, 6R80, E85, the whole 9 yards. The white S550, the 19, ran 10.0, I think, or 10.1, 60 to 130. So this car at 460 rear wheel horsepower should go 9's, but it's on pump gas. Still seeing good power on pump gas, so I'm just gonna leave it on pump gas. And then if it runs in the 9, 60 to 130, I'll put it on the dyno. See what kind of power it's making. Because I upgraded the carburetor, but I never re-dynoed it once the carburetor was changed out. So let's get some air in it, let's get some 60 to 130 stuff. Some shots of it, you know, rolling out, maybe a burnout or two, just to, you know, see what it sounds like. Because I do want to change the exhaust setup. I probably want to go Spintech 9000s in the back. So, all right, let's get to work and see if this thing goes 9, 60 to 130. Okay, might be a little bouncy, but good enough. So hot today, close to high 80s, humid. So we'll see. It's weird. Like carbureted cars probably don't have as many IAT issues, I would think, than a EFI car because of inlet air temps. The gasoline kind of like not falsely, it does cool the intake temp charge because I'm setting off alarms, because it basically smothers the manifold with gasoline, and unless the gasoline is a bazillion degrees, it has a slight cooling effect. So we'll see. Pump gas, no octane booster, literally 93 octane from racetrack, 31 degrees of timing. I've relearned how to shift this transmission, the Tremec 3550, and you need to hook it into gear. There is no finessing it into gear. You kind of have to like jam it in there. But I think that's where I kind of got my shifting style from, because on Coyotes I started doing that and shit started breaking. So I had to calm down with the remote mounted shifter on the Coyote, and now that this shifter's mounted on the Trans, you have to like hook it into gear. So let me go all the way to Mexico, way the hell out here, and we'll see if we can get a 60 to 130 pull in, see if we can get into the 9's, and if it runs 9's, I'd be interested to see what kind of power it makes. So I don't think I'm going to shove it on the dyno today, but if it runs into the 9's, it's probably making well over 450, 460, which is what it made last time. But I think the carburetor wasn't in great condition last time. It feels good. So the carburetor, you guys saw the last video where I messed around with the carburetor a little bit. Had, you know, I sent it out to get rebuilt and it didn't do a good job and whatever. I'm not gonna give him a second chance. Shame on once. I should fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, be shame on me. Or like George Bush said, you can't fool me again. So I'm not gonna give anyone a second chance to screw me over. So I'll just go ahead and take the L and move on with life. All right, get to Mexico, see if we can go 9's, 60 to 130 in this thing. I mean, the red car, okay. So let's put that into perspective. The red car went 11.2, and the best it ever ran, 60 to 130, was 9.8. This thing just took a second off that. That doesn't mean it's a 9-second car. That just means that this car with a good 60 foot will probably run 10s like really easily. Now, pump gas, 31 degrees. When I let off, it like flooded or something, so I gotta see if on decel something's happening to make it kind of be wonky. But started right up, so something's going on a heavy decel that it didn't like. But the fact that I was able to get a 60 to 130 off with not so great shifts in the 8s with a dinosaur box body, I expected like a 9.9, not an 894. And the hood was flapping like this, so I gotta look into that. But no need to back it up. I'm not gonna rag this thing out because the Federales ain't about that right now. So let's see if I can put it on the dyno, and we'll see if we can make sense of everything. So let's do that. Let's see if the dyno's available down at Power by the Hour, and let's see if we can record a dyno pulling forth just as it sits and see how it does. It's like Daddy Trump's in the house. I'm still a DeSantis guy for Florida, so I don't know. Let's get over to Power by the Hour. Once I get it up on the dyno, she decides to say no thank you. Look at that. Look at that. The moment I get her up on the dyno, she says no thanks. Do you imagine if this would have happened to me during the 60 to 130 run? What happened? What happened? Radiator hose? I'm hoping radiator hose or gasket. Oh, it looks like a hose. Dang, okay. Let me put this up there and assess the damage. The radiator hose crapped out. Out of all things. I might be able to cut it. Freaking radiator hose. Look at that. Soaked everything. Right here. Radiator hose crapped out. Oh my lord. Alright, well, it'll give it a chance to cool down. So let's get that fixed. Thank God it happened here, not all the way out in Mexico. Not sure if you can see it, but let's zoom in. Right there. Right there. Out of all places. I think I might be able to cut just above it. Cinch it down. Hope it works. We'll see. You know, I'm not a big signs guy, but now the fan is not working because it's tripping the breaker every time I plug it in. So I'm gonna do a pull without a fan on. This could be an omen. Radiator hose busts. Fan doesn't work. We'll see if what I'm suspecting is true, that today's not my day, but might as well keep going, right? See what else could happen. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out with 22 PSI, make a hit. Then I'll air it up to 32 PSI, make a hit. I think at 32 PSI that'll be a number, and it'll probably be a little lower because it's hotter. I don't have a fan on it, so I'm not gonna do multiple runs. So let's get a hit in with 20 PSI, see what it makes, and then air it up to 32 PSI, see what it makes. So as suspected, it's down on power, 438, so 440, 438. Remember, tires are at 20 PSI, so we're gonna air them up. I did have another radiator hose issue, fix that first, then we'll go ahead and do the 32 PSI pull and go from there. All right, got the air going. Got this little slime air compressor thing that hooks up to the battery. We're gonna go up to 30, let's go to 32. It should make about 450. Again, I'm not doing any tune changes, just adding air pressure to the tires because that does really affect the number. That's what a lot of people tell you to come with a hard tire to get an accurate number, unless you have a hub dyno, but I don't have that. Hopefully this repair holds up for a little bit. All I did was clamp down the tight, super duper tight, but obviously I'm gonna need new hoses. Let's see what she does. Okay, hopefully the radiator hose doesn't blow out again. 30 PSI on the tires, nothing changed. Just literally just aired up the tires and fixed the radiator hose. Temperatures never got above 180, so I'm not really worried. So let's do another pull to about 6,200. Let's see what kind of power she makes. See if airing up the tires did make a difference. And since it's the second pull, if there's a gain, you can attribute it to the tire pressure. And just like that, we gained literally 15 horsepower from just airing up the tires. So there you go. For those of you that want to go to the dyno and go on a drag radial, well, the more air on it, the better. The stiffer it is, the better. The last time I dynoed the car, it had the torque thrust style wheels on it. Now it's on drag radials, but it's within 5 horse of the numbers that I had previously. That's a pretty damn good number, 455, 451. And there you go. You could see that it's up, and all I did was air up the tires. So let's make sure that the radiator hose didn't bust, because that's what I need right about now. Radiator. Yep, it busted again. So either the thermostat's not opening or what. Let me see. Boy, it doesn't look like much now, but if you've lived here long enough, that's going to be a thunderstorm for about 4 hours, then it'll clear up at around 7. So I'm trying to beat the rain because I have drag radials and no traction control. Holy shit. Oh man, look at that. Oh, don't worry, your turn is soon. Alrighty, there you have it. So she made 15 more horsepower just by airing up the tires. It's about the same what it made last time, about 460, so 455, 453, and it ran 898 on an 88 plus degree day. Can't complain at all. Carburetor's running great, car's running great. Got to fix this radiator hose. Ended up being the clamp. The clamp is no good. But other than that, this is a stout little car. Super happy with it, so surprised that it ran 898. But at 450 wheel, it should run that number. Alright guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for listening. I'll be uploading this video Wednesday or something like that. Surprised me today. Badass little ride. Small block Ford, NA. We'll see if we can get it into the 10s in the quarter mile pretty soon. Talk to you later.